If you're here, let me know. Just leave me a message and I will know you're here, and we can't chat, but I can talk, I can answer your questions. So we'll get started in about a minute. 1 minute. If you're here, let me know by writing a comment. I'd love to interact with you. I can talk to you and you can answer me by comments. And if you share my video, I will choose one person to receive the card that we're making today. And it's 11 o'clock, so we're going to get started. Is anybody here? If you are, just leave me a comment and I will know that you're here. And I would appreciate it if you would share. I'm trying to do this consistently every Wednesday, do a Facebook Live with a card. Hi, Diane. Oh, goody. I'm kind of thinking maybe Rebecca is with you. Oh, great. So I'm going to start today. I'm going to be using some old products and then using some of the new products. For one thing, I'm going to be using this beautiful, it's called Bright and Beautiful Designer Series paper. And I'm going to be using a piece from that. As you can see, it's really bright and beautiful. And actually, this is just a heads up, but we're going to be using this in our club meeting next week. So isn't that pretty? Beautiful, beautiful paper. And I'm going to be using this piece because I think it's so stunning. So this is the card that I'm going to make this morning. We'll be making. And I'm using some, like I said, old and new. I'm using the, I've already forgot what the name of it is. Bubble Bath. That pink is just, it's a perfect pink, really. And it's part of this, it goes along with this. And then we're going to be using the, for the birthday wish, it's from the Cheerful Daisies. And then we're going to use the color and combo, and actually for the inside of the card, I'm going to be stamping the large flower that comes in that for the inside. And then I'm going to be using the dies and this flower die and also the large scallop. And so that's the old stuff. So to start out with, oh, and also I'm going to be using Pretty Peacock and Berry Blossom, Berry Burst. These two were brought back. They were in colors, and now they've been brought back into the regular line. So I'm going to be using those colors because I wanted to use old and new. So we have basic white, and I've got ink on my fingers, but we'll cover that up. Basic white, I need two pieces, one for the inside and one for the front, and it's 5 1/4 by 4, and I've already cut the scallop just to save time. And then we're going to be using this piece, and this is 4 1/2 by 3 1/4, and then the bubble bath for the card base. So we're going to start first by, I'm going to cut out. So I used this die from the Scalloped contour dies, and I'm going to cut out this with, and I'm going to use my mini machine. No, I can't. It's too big. So I'm going to get my big machine, which is right here, and I'm going to cut out this flower, and this will be part of the... Here I go, Rebecca, forgetting stuff. Now I gotta go get my other plates. Yep, I do it every time. I always forget something. Gotta pick that out of the garbage. So I'm gonna use this, and because I can't use the little one because it will only take up to 3.5 inches, and this is actually about 4, a little bit over 4. So I want to make sure it's right. So I'm going to put that there and then run it through. Thank you, Diane, for sharing. If you're the only one that shares, you're going to get this card. So now I have cut out that, and I'm going to set this aside. I could color that and use it for something else. And so now I'm going to burnish this card, and there's a little bit of ink on there, but I'll cover it up. So now I'm going to put this piece that's 4.5 by 3.25 on the back. So that makes that really stand out. See how that works? So I'm going to put that there, and I will just add some, I'm actually going to add it to the back of the card, the cardstock, and so I make sure I don't get it all over. And add this right here, and then you can see how that really shows through. And then we'll just put this on the card front. These are really, really quick and simple cards. I don't like to have something that's long-winded because I know you all are busy. So the cards that I try to do are simple, real quick and easy. So now I'm going to stamp the sentiment, and this says, wishing you the brightest birthday, which is good for this because it's bright and cheery. Wishing you the brightest birthday. And then for the inside, I stamped this flower, and my Berry Burst is an old, there's a couple tips I want to give you. This is an old stamp set, and I don't know if you can see that really well, but there's some pilling on it, and a lot of people get real upset with that, but you know, it's just the ink. And what I did, I did it on half, but I wanted to show you how, this is a Pampered Chef scraper for, I think it was for the stones, and I have a few of them, so I brought one in my room, and I just gently pull those things that are pilling, I just gently pull those to the edge, and after I've done that, then it stamps fine. So don't panic when you get that pilling on the stamp pads. That's just part of them, and I just bring it all out to the edge, and it kind of wipes off with this nifty little tool, and then it works just fine. So I'm going to put this flower. Oh, and another thing, when I got this out, I hadn't used it for a long time, but I used it really a lot when it first came out. I made a whole bunch of cards with it, and it wouldn't stick on the block. So I just took it in, and I washed it in warm soapy water, and it's fitting fine now. Before it would just fall off. So another tip for you. So I'm going to stamp this here, and then we're going to put that inside the card. I have got ink all over me. Typical. So we're going to stick that right there. And then the only thing I have to do is add some bling. And I saw this, Sharon, who is a friend from Texas, share this. She cuts the side of your package, and then all you have to do is reach in and pull it out, and then it goes right back in, and they all stay together. So I thought that was a pretty fair tip. I'm going to add some of these. These are called 2023-25 in color dots. And because I did have a little ink here, I'm going to put this one here, and then put here, one here. And now you can't even see the ink. And then I'm going to put one up here. And actually, I'm going to put a small one. And they say to do uneven. So I'm just going to add another one here. So that's 5. Usually I do 3, but that's 5. So that's it. That's all there is. Thank you, Amy, for joining us. If you share, you get a chance to win this card. And anybody else here, if you do, write a comment. And that's about it. I leave 9 days from today for our incentive trip. And I have to say, only 1% earn this incentive trip. But I leave, and we're going on a Norway fjord cruise, and then we're coming back, and we're going to Ireland for 6 days. Needless to say, I'm excited. I will try to do videos so that you can have a video on Wednesday morning at 11 on my Facebook page while I'm gone. It'll be 2 weeks that I'm gone. And so you can visit and see the replay. So that's it. Thank you very much for joining me. See ya, Diane and Rebecca and Amy.